competition, we are running out of what?
Ideas.
Time.
Oh.
Raid.
Charity Case is gonna whoop that ass.
Come on.
Well. Not my fave going home tonight.
Welcome back to Crimson Monastery Pageant Perfection Edition of RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 3 Episode 5.
The tragedy.
Honey, you mean
we have some strong opinions this episode. So we have some strong opinions.
Yeah, because this episode was terrible. There was a lot going on.
Okay. So before we start, because do we even I'm feeling how you are right now. But I'm gonna ask it anyways.
Go ahead.
Sister.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm very well parched but upset.
I see how now we've been
very parched. I am hydrated.
I was gonna say, I see how we've changed from parched now. Now you're like,
grasping for water.
So we are in this episode, and first of all, let's talk about, we did some poo-poo comedy challenge. Nobody was funny. Nobody was funny. RuPaul said,
wow. RuPaul did not laugh. That fake laugh. That fake laugh, I felt it in my soul.
So basically, nobody was funny, and for the first time, Ru's like, you know what? No winner. All of you, bottoms, get out. Go back to the
I know this
lounge.
might be a little hot take, and our neighbors across the pond might come for me for this, but
Come
I
on.
just don't think British people are fun.
I think it's a different type of humor.
They're dry. Or in this case, it seems like they're regurgitating what was funny on previous seasons.
It's very like, this has worked before, let me just do it. But it's like, no.
Honey, I know this is a new thing for y'all UK girls, but in the US, we have like how many seasons of Drag Race and All Stars?
13 and
right,
6
so
All-Stars.
we've seen it all. So you need to bring something new to the table.
I think that, like Ru said, first of all, not Ru, I blame myself, girl.
Here we go.
Girl, don't blame yourself. It was not your fault.
Sit down. First, no, I feel like she was doing that for the camera. I'm like, girl, sit down. You do not blame yourself. You're like, y'all are not funny.
Right, I'm about to eliminate all y'all if I could.
But right. But with that being said, let's talk about the category, the runway. The category was EXPENNY, HENNY.
Stupid title.
No, I like it. It's kind of because EXPENNY. I think that's the thing they say over there across the pond. They say, ooh, that looks EXPENNY.
Well, they also call their crossing guards lollipop ladies.
Where are the lollipop men?
They're in the fucking Shire.
I need bar titty lollipop men.
Right, where are the lollipop men?
So, category is EXPENNY, HENNY. We're going to start off with our first contestant, Miss Charity Case.
A really good one.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, I like this.
I like it a lot. I mean, granted, they did have a valid critique in her judging where she is kind of playing the same character.
Yeah.
However, I mean, can't we say the same for Miss Crystal Versace?
Oh.
But anyway, that's
the deception. Is Tanya coming out? Is the deceiver?
I'm just saying, listen, I am a gay with eyes that can see.
Come on.
So, but here's the thing. What I really got from Charity Case's image was like some creature hoarding gold and wealth and treasures and making an outfit out of this
she was like a glamorous goblin tooth fairy, she said.
Okay.
She would steal like jewelry and money. I will say the only thing that she loves dirty gloves.
She
dirty
does.
hands.
Dirty face.
Oh, she loves the dirt. So I will say that's the only part where I'm like, it could have been polished a little bit more. But I thought I got what she was going for goblin teeth. So
right. She's into goblin core. She's our goblin core jush.
Right. I'll give it an 8.
I'll give this an 8 as well, because sometimes I feel like even though that she does give pretty in other areas, I wish she would do a little pretty in the face, because I felt like if she was prettier in the face, that may have saved her in her little lip sync battle.
Yeah. It's the fact that she likes to use those big prosthetics and her like extra things to make her look ghoulish.
It is, but you know what?
I live for it though. I love it.
I live for it. And the fact that she went home, I boot that.
I mean, that lipstick. Well, we'll talk about that at the end.
We'll talk about that at the end.
Okay, so next up we have Theresa May. Boo, bye, get out.
Boo, bye. Nothing expensive about this. Where's the jewelry?
I don't like
Without
it.
that prop
no.
shooting out Monopoly money, that would not have told me.
2. I give this a 2. No, this was not. What is expensive about this?
Right. I think people forget that sometimes gold can come off as gaudy and not
cheap.
expensive.
And, yes.
Right. So I'll give this a 2 as well.
This looks like lame. It doesn't even look. It looks like that cheap little gold fabric that flows very like airily in the wind and cheap.
It looks like also like this could be gold spandex purposed into like an outfit here. Honestly,
You don't deserve more than 2 seconds.
The only critique I'll give this is the fact that she didn't shove no Spanish anything down our throats this
Teresa, por
week.
favor, ¿por qué no pusiste tu español con esta categoría, por favor?
Right.
Next one, girl. Okay, we have some conflicting opinions about this. Next up, we have Miss Ella Day. I would not have been able to tell you that she had jewels on her back.
Or the front, because this picture is awful.
Because the way they presented her was like, look at her front, look at her front, look at her front. And then as she was leaving for 3 seconds, they were like, oh yeah, she's got jewels on her back.
Okay, but that's not production's fault. That's her fault for how she.
Well, what do you want her to do? Cartwheel backwards? Just
no. She could do a little twirl and spin. Listen,
That's
Pageant
true,
Perfection and Miss Continental has shown us that all presentation matters. So if you didn't have the forethought to sit there and show us your back in some kind of interesting reveal when you're walking down the runway, that is not producer's fault.
Okay, you know, no Tina Shea, you know who would have sold this outfit and what she probably would have backed out backwards? Miss Dasha Sanchez.
Hello.
Bad bitches to the front, please.
She would have came back
and said,
So you know what, just for that, but I didn't hate the dress. I liked the shoulder. I would give this a 7.
I'll give this a 4. And I'm gonna tell you why. So first things first.
Okay.
This is just a black dress.
Oh.
And it sparkle. And here's my critique. It needs to sparkle like a night sky, which it did in movement, but in this still, it is just a black dress.
But it's stoned.
Where?
Where? Right there. It's sparkling. Stop it.
And then a thing that I also really didn't like was the back. That long V, I felt like should have stopped right at her fucking butt crack.
Yeah, it went all the way to
because
the end.
if it was trying to give a nude illusion, then that would have been so sickening. Because then like her back and then all the jewels coming down, that would have been beautiful. Gaggy. But no, she gave us a nude delusion all the way down to her knees, and it moved like the dress, and it was just really weird. And not enough jewelry for me, so a 4.
You know what? The judges have spoken. Next up, we have Skitty
Cone Claws.
Come on, Miss Skitty. She finally came out. Let me tell you, this is the best. I
actually like this. This is the best thing she's ever come out in.
Come on, I love the little fuzzy, like shuffly hair. I'm obsessed. The one thing I will critique:
not enough. Not enough coins.
I also didn't like that the coins were not stuck on her bodysuit. That looks a little cheap.
Well, I like that some of them were kind of hanging and stuff too. But I wish there was more like throughout her body, because there was a part where she turned and I was like, "Where are the coins?"
Okay.
What do you give this, sister?
I'll give this a 7.
Okay, I gave this a 7 too.
Because she does look like a cream doll.
I don't want her to copy Miss Eureka O'Hara a lot.
You better stop calling her.
This bodysuit is working for her.
Skitty O'Hara.
Skitty Scone O'Hara.
Okay, so Miss Skitty, Skitty's your new name. Next up, okay, come on, white gays, let's go.
Yosh.
Crystal Versace.
Makeup.
Makeup Versace.
Makeup Versace.
Okay.
Ready to read.
She did have her toddies out, her booty. Not her booties, her boobies.
I didn't care for that.
Okay, I'm looking at this now. I hate this shoe.
The shoe's awful. I actually don't like this bodysuit.
I didn't like the big ass zipper in the back.
Can I tell you, you gays with this obsession with Swarovski crystals. This looks so cheap and itchy.
Read her, sister.
The only thing interesting about this is her hair. Those inches, I'm not gonna lie, her hair was so sickening in the back.
22 inches, new weave.
But can we not read that this was this not a similar outfit she wore last week? Remember when I was telling you that she was looking like somebody's mama in one of the challenges because of the outfit she was wearing? Was it not this?
Are you ready for this? This is a 4.
This is a 2.
Ooh! Wait! Okay, so the judges, come on, you're coming out. It's true though, because this was a bodysuit.
And this is another bodysuit.
I mean,
little cat suit number.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, the makeup is cute, but I didn't really care for it for this one because she doesn't.
For EXPENNY, Henny.
This is not expensive enough.
You're so right. Can you please reduce my score down to a 3 because?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, no. Can you please help me one more time and reduce my score down to a 2? Because this is just a bodysuit. Like, the more and I hate those shoes.
The shoes really. I didn't even notice the shoes.
Silver and beige.
Beige fringe.
Also, like, she didn't wear any jewelry. No, don't you mean anymore. Stop. Don't. You're gonna make me give her a lower score. Girl.
And it's like, I know the statement was that your entire outfit was jeweled, but when the jewels look cheap.
Yeah.
And you have nothing else to, like, give extra bling on top of that to really help solidify that it's expensive. Yeah, it's a 2.
No, girl. Crystal, next week. Next up, River Medway.
Oh my
God. First of all, let us be culturally sensitive and be like, we live that you're representing, all the things.
She is representing the Crimson Monastery.
Come on. However,
I actually like this, even though
I like it. Look at the texture on this fabric, though. It's a little hodgy-podgy.
I mean,
I'm talking about the fabric.
I know.
The concept is cute.
I don't mind the fabric so much. I mean, she even paired it with a beige pump, which I think was really, like, good.
Fine.
She's kind of giving me, like, Empress vibes, which Empresses are always
She's
expensive.
giving me Empress assistant vibes.
Oh, no.
No.
Because the assistant, you know, is only wearing the drab.
She's giving me a Empress in
She's
training.
the princess.
Right.
Empress in training. So a princess.
You're right. I'll give her a 6.
I gave her a 6 as well. What really also made me laugh about this was how she walked in this, because she really was
like a ghost.
She walked like a ghost. She was haunting the stage.
Come on, River Medway, nothing too much this week. Next up, we have Scarlet Harley.
The girls were harsh on her this week.
Let me tell you something. I love this look. This right off the bat, this is a 9 for me.
This is a
mega, like, Cruella DeVille.
Come on. This is a good Cruella. This is a 9 for me. I love a clean, concise, well-fitted, like, female suit. And the fur. I wish you would have kept her fucking cane. She had a cane in the beginning, and she said, "Get out."
Yeah, I know.
It was like a nice, like, I think everything has a nice touch. Everything matches. Like, she had money coming out of everywhere. Her hair looked like the character. This was a good, clean, concise pageant look for me.
And, you know, it's just like with some of the other girls where I was like, either not enough bling or too much cheap bling.
She represented bling not only through literal interpretations of jewels and accessories, but with her whole outfit, the suit, and
she's a businesswoman.
I will crack this. The cut of the suit right here.
I actually like that because it gives more of like a feminine like flare out when she takes off the coat. I wish the coat was a long dramatic fur coat because then it'd be like
cover her stomach because I see her stomach. That's the only.
So stomachs are now for critique.
But when you're wearing a business suit,
but she is the CEO of the bitch, so she can.
That's my only critique, though. Like, I don't want to see her flesh. You should have wore something white under there.
I'll give her an 8 just because I wish there was a little more. But I will say her idea was definitely the best with having the money in her pockets, and she kept enough money in her pockets to do her little lip sync. Unlike Miss Theresa May, who was just like, "Let me just pull out a gun and then throw it away." That's why hers is cheap.
First of all, Theresa walked up on the stage and we were like, "Go back out.
Go back out. Sashay away." The fact that she stayed, shocking. Anyway, I gave her an 8.
Girl, anyways, lastly we have Vanity Milan. Okay. I do not want to be harsh.
I know, and that's tired, girl.
But when I saw this, I was like, ugh, because I could not get over the hair. I was immediately looking at the hair like, this is not...
I don't know why. Like, me and you have just been hating on her hair choices this entire season. I don't know why.
Because I like this concept. However...
She looked... Like, this was probably one of her better outfits that she's done. Mm-hmm. But there's still things... Like, the choices of crystals that were used made it look very costume and...
Lamp
cheap.
crystal.
Yeah, she looks cheap here.
I do like the idea. It's like, okay, cute.
Yeah.
The cut of the bodysuit at the neck, I wish it was a little bit of something else. Again, the hair with this. For me, I'll give this a 7. It was fine.
Her shoes actually match really well with this.
Yeah.
And the bodysuit. I wish she had something maybe more around her neck.
A necklace.
Or something.
I'll give it a 7.
I'll give this a 7. I'll give this a 7.
Like,
this is probably one of her better looks.
Alright, so now we're at the end. Let's detail and look over because this one was
a hard one.
Technically, Scarlet has the most. However,
yeah,
the two people that were in the bottom looked the best. Because
yeah, hello.
If it goes down to creativity, here's where I stand. Scarlet followed the theme though.
Yeah.
Scarlet was a better theme, but Charity had the most unique idea, which is always something to be praised.
Right, because she definitely had like a creative like look for it. But I do understand why I would give it to Scarlet this week, because if this is not the same number we've seen from Charity Case week after week after week, some goblin creature, which granted, this is why she's my fave, because I'm tired of seeing pretty bitches. But if I can get like a different kind of creature from Charity Case, that would have been great. But unfortunately, they voted her off because they're just stupid.
Yeah.
But
so this week we're gonna give it to Scarlet. You looked EXPENNY, HENNY.
Right. This is such a step up from that one time we read you to death about the Marilyn Monroe looks.
Red boring dress.
Fucking red dress.
Girl, but this was a good redemption. Yeah.
This was a great redemption.
So for next week, we're gonna leave you. We're gonna see if Scarlet comes back and because they all said her name to go home. They said,
she was mad. She was mean mugging everybody.
Yes. So with that, we're gonna see, bitch. Let's see, Scarlet. Let's see if you nuck, if you buck next week.